says, do you ever get followed just to get a photo or something like that? I do, but not like a weird follow. It's usually just, especially if I'm in practice. A few of you have come up to me in the writing arena when I have the club filter on, so I can't see you. And then after I'm done with my practice, you'll be like, hi, can I have a picture? Like, I've been waiting for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I had the club filter on and I was practicing. But yes, so yes and no, I've been followed for a photo before. Sometimes I can tell when someone stands near me and then I kind of move around and then they follow me a little bit. Sometimes I can tell that people want to say hi but are a little too afraid, so I'll try and say something in say chat or like general chat or not general, global, so that they know I'm there and can come and say hi, because I think it's intimidating sometimes. So I'm okay if you guys say hi and if you follow me for a photo, no big deal. This one says, do you ever feel under pressure if you are late with a video and don't have anything to post? Like no, like yes but no. I feel I put myself under pressure, but it's not like I am like, oh my goodness, if I don't get this video up, my life is gonna end or they're gonna hate me. I do feel a pressure to get content up for you guys because I feel guilty if I have so many people supporting me and I can't get a video up, especially for like consistent weeks. But I've never had a problem with it. I've always somehow managed to get content uploaded or figure something out so that you guys have content, and then I feel more content with having content created for you guys. So it's a pressure, but it's not a super high pressure, and it's not anywhere from you guys. It's usually from me and myself and my own pressures on myself. So no, but yes. Do you ever get noticed in public seeing as though you're an amazing YouTuber? Love you, Avery. Stay safe. Kiss, kiss. Thank you, my love. Stay safe. I love you. Yes, I do get noticed, at least if you mean in public in game. I do get noticed in game quite a bit. Also, like, depends on if the server is busy, if the server is quiet, but I do get noticed and I'm really grateful for it. In public, in real life, I've yet to be like noticed. I don't know if that will change once I do my face reveal on Friday, May 28th. A little plug that is coming this week, you guys, so get excited. But I do get noticed in game quite a bit and it's really exciting. I still remember the first time I got noticed, and that was like one of the most surreal experiences of my life. It was like, wow, I've made it. Next question says, do you have any Star Stable enemies? No, I don't. Would you ever dislike any other Star Stable YouTuber? If so, why? If not, why wouldn't you? I haven't, and I probably wouldn't, just because, again, this is everyone's own individual journey. Every content that is created is valid, whether it's content that you personally would create or you personally wouldn't create. It doesn't mean that it's invalid, and they still put hard work and love and deep motivation into it. As long as they're not making like a bullying video or anything like that, I try to support all the YouTubers in the best way that I can, because I know how hard it is to edit videos and create things that are even sometimes controversial. So I try to give my love and support as much as I can, as long as I don't condone bullying or harassment or anything like that. So as long as it's not in that category, I will always support YouTubers and whatever they decide to do, even if it's not something that I would do personally on my channel. The next one says, have you ever cheated with an app to get more subscribers? I don't know if those apps exist, and I'm sure that answer to your question, no, I have not. How many times do you have to rehearse the intro? It seems kind of hard, not gonna lie. The intro, I actually have gotten, it's become like such a conditioned thing for me. The hello everyone, like all of that. So I don't actually ever have to rehearse the intro unless my voice will crack or I'll start yawning or stuff like that, but that doesn't happen every video. The next one says, is it hard to find the time to make videos, and how do you manage keeping up with the channel? Sometimes it can be hard to find time to make videos, but I'm not always constantly doing something every hour of the day. So I would say the only thing that's difficult about it is making videos during the daylight hours sometimes, because I tend to be more free during the nighttime. So for roleplay videos, that's a little hard. I mean, training videos, it doesn't really matter because people usually don't watch the screen, they just listen. So that's the only difficulty. And how do I manage to keep up with my channel? This is a great question, and I would love to make one of those like week in the life of an SSO YouTuber videos. That's definitely on my list to do. But I would just say I put it in my schedule just like anything else. I write it in my planner kind of as like a homework assignment, and I just make sure that I have something done every week, and it's worked out pretty good. And it's one of those things where if I don't get something done in a week, again, it's not the end of the world, but I like to put it in there as a top priority on my list because you guys are a top priority in my life and it's important to me. When you started, did you know exactly what sort of content you were going to make? I did not actually. So I found SSO, oh my goodness. I found Star Stable YouTube through the realistic roleplay community, and I didn't really know that there were two different sides of YouTube, the roleplay and the non-roleplay. So I started out with roleplay because that's all that I knew, and then I slowly branched out into making other types of content, and it's just been kind of a blend ever since. I heavily used to focus on roleplay, now I kind of heavily focus on non-roleplay, but again, that changes time to time, mood to mood, how much time I have in my life. So I didn't really know where I was gonna go with my channel. I didn't have a bunch of videos figured out. I just kind of posted the first one and kept posting, and here I am today. So it's been a journey. This one says, how is your life with being a YouTuber? It's good. It's kind of, I feel like Hannah Montana sometimes because it is kind of like living a double life since not everyone knows that I do YouTube or have a YouTube channel. I do have to sometimes find excuses for friends that don't know if I am filming a video or if I have a live stream that day. So I sometimes feel like Hannah Montana, but other than that, it's pretty good. This one says, do you ever feel overwhelmed or want to give up? Or have you ever just ditched a whole video idea or even a whole video itself? I definitely have ditched an entire video itself before once because it was just so badly edited and rushed, and I think that was at the beginning of my YouTube career. I don't remember what the video was, some roleplay thing. I think I got halfway through it and was like, I don't like this. Do I ever feel overwhelmed? Sometimes I do. I would say the only times I feel like overwhelmed in the moment is during live streams. I think it can be really difficult for me to filter out and do so many things at once, making sure you guys are entertained, making sure you have pictures, making sure the video is running smoothly, making sure you can hear me, the music's not getting copyrighted. It can be a lot, but never like an overwhelmed where I feel like I can't handle it, because I usually end up figuring things out after an internal freak out. But other than that, it's usually pretty chill. Oh my goodness, this one says, have you ever had to do a video all over again? Love your videos, please keep it up. Thank you, my love. I have had to do a video all over again. I have had to do a realistic roleplay video all over again, and it was extremely painful because filming footage that you've already filmed has been such a journey. It happened for, I believe it was Saving Jupiter Part 2. I had filmed and edited like half of the video and I lost all the footage and I had to redo it because obviously I needed to make a part 2. If it was just a random video, I would have just scrapped the video and not done it, but I had to make that video. So yes, I have. It was a journey. Oh, okay, this one's a good one. It says, have you ever used being a YouTuber to get special treatment? No, I haven't, but one of my biggest worries in SSO and in any experience that I have in game is if I'm being used as a YouTuber, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say that I've ever used it as like, I'm a YouTuber, like let me do this, let me do that, because I've had a pretty normal, regular experience in Star Stable, but I do worry sometimes that people ask me to do things or be a part of things because I have a channel, and sometimes you cannot always know the intentions of the people that you're becoming friends with or the intentions of people that are asking you to do collabs and stuff like that. So it can be a little bit scary, and that's something that I worry about, but it's not something that I've ever come across personally, and I would never ever use being a YouTuber as hey, let me do this because I'm a YouTuber, because at the end of the day, I'm just a regular person that has a YouTube channel. YouTube isn't who I am, it's just something that I do. This one says, why won't you show your face and when is the face reveal? the face reveal is Friday, May 28th. So if you guys are watching this later down the road, then it's probably already up. But if you're watching it in live time for the 1 week, 1 year event, then it will be out on the Friday, the exact 1 year of my channel. This one says, do you ever regret making a YouTube channel? Not at all. Making a YouTube channel was the best decision that I've hands down made in like the past 10 years of my life. It has completely changed my life for the better and opened so many doors, and I will never ever regret it. Ooh, this one said, how did you keep pushing and what made you not give up? What was your motivation and biggest fear with starting a YouTube channel? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you. Okay, how do I keep pushing and not give up? I just make content that I enjoy making. I have fun with it. I remember that it's not a job. I can stop at any time if I wanted to, and I try not to make it my entire life. It's just something that's a part of my life. I would say that's a huge factor into staying motivated, is knowing that YouTube's not your whole life. It's just something that you choose to do, and if you're choosing to do it, then you should do it for reasons that you enjoy. As for my biggest fear starting a channel, this is a really hard question. I would say my biggest fear with starting a channel was people not liking me, and I think that's something that I struggle with in my real life. Is I like to be liked. Like, that is just something I deal with as a person, and I know that you're not going to be everyone's favorite person in the world, but I think it's extremely intimidating to put yourself out there on YouTube, especially for the first time, because people are ruthless on the internet, and I was really afraid of that. I was super afraid of people like learning my age and judging me for like doing it as an older player. And I was super duper nervous actually for the videos that are mental health related and motivational, because I think sometimes those videos can make people uncomfortable. Some people don't like inspirational content like that, but a lot of you have given me so much positive feedback that it's really reassured me. So that was a huge fear that I had. Alrighty, we're back. I had to take a quick break because I had a club practice to attend, but let's get back into finishing up these questions. We're coming on the end of them, so hopefully it doesn't take me too long to get through the rest. All right, this question says, do you ever feel sad to lose subs? Also love you. Oh, I guess I'm just going through the sign. I love you too, and I wouldn't say it's exactly sad. I would say it can be discouraging, especially if you lose a lot at once. The only time when it's like really inconvenient is right after I hit a milestone. It's just kind of a thing that after I hit, like, let's say I was at 200 subscribers, or I just hit 200, I swear every time I hit a milestone there's like 3 people that unsubscribe, so I have to wait to post about it, and that's the only time that it's like really discouraging, because you're like, oh, like I hit it, but I don't want to post about it because it went back down. So yeah, that actually happened at my 1,000 subscriber mile mark. I hit it on a live stream, and then I went to go check it, and I was back down to 997, and like people were already posting about it, so it was kind of funny. But that's the only time when it's like, also I'm restarting this race, that's the only time it's like discouraging. Okay, this one says, what are the ups and downs of filming a realistic roleplay? I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel doing RRP, but don't have anyone's opinion. So I would say roleplay is a lot of fun, and it's extremely rewarding when you do finish the video. Some of the ups are, it's extremely rewarding. You get to create your own storyline. It's a really great way to, you know, create like your own life with horses if you can't have that in real life. That's kind of how my storyline started developing until I was able to get back into horses again in real life. Some of the downsides are it takes an extremely long time to film videos, as well as like you can just get burnt out really quickly with roleplay because it takes so much in one video. But on the other hand, you also do get, I think, in my opinion, at least on my channel, I get a lot more turnout in views and comments and stuff like that on roleplay videos, because I think people do know that it takes a really long time to make a roleplay video. So yeah, have you ever had any YouTube drama with other creators? Love your content, by the way. No, I haven't actually, and I'm really grateful about that. I think we all kind of like tend to stick to our own corners, except you make friends throughout doing YouTube, but we all just kind of do our own thing and vibe most of the time, which is really cool. This one says, how many tries does it take to film a video? What do you do when you have no video ideas? When I have no video ideas, I think I already kind of touched on this, but I go with something and I run with it. And it usually only takes me one try to do a video. I really don't do them multiple times. I know some YouTubers do so that they can sound the right way and stuff like that, but I'm not super picky. Oh my goodness, I'm really failing this race. This is a prime example. But I really just give you guys the rawest version of myself because I want this to be like my channel and actually who I am and not like some weird facade YouTube person that I've created in my head. Do you think making videos feels more like a hobby and an exciting thing to do or more of a chore? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you. I definitely think it's more of a hobby thing. Sometimes it can feel like a chore with roleplay only because like I'll have this really great idea and the only chore part of it is filming. I talk to a lot of people about this, but if I could have someone like already pre-film it for me and then just edit it and do all that. Editing is the fun part in roleplay for me, but filming is so tedious that sometimes it can feel like a chore. But other than that, I absolutely adore making videos. It takes my mind off of things, off of like actual chores that I have to do, and it's a really good outlet for me, so I never feel like it's a chore and something I have to do. This one says, did you ever have a channel before this one? And if you did, what made you get rid of it and start off with averydawnside? So I actually had a YouTube channel when I was, oh goodness, let me think about this. I had a YouTube channel when I was 14. I made one video on it and I got 25 subscribers, and yeah, it was about my in real life, and the video is since taken off of YouTube. There wasn't much I could do with it because I was in middle school. I didn't have a super exciting life. And YouTube, again, has always been something I wanted to do, but there wasn't anything in my life that could really take it off the ground. It would have just been like, hi, I got out of bed today. That's my vlog. So I never saw myself doing a gaming channel. It just kind of happened, and I'm really grateful that it did. I would love to maybe down the road, now that I know how YouTube works and know how to do it, possibly make, especially if I do end up getting my own ★ᴜᴜ, I would love to make an in real life YouTube channel so that I could share that with you guys and share that type of content with you all, as well as *Stable, or maybe I'll just post those videos on here because it's all horse related. But yeah, that was, I guess, the only like YouTube channel I've had before this one, but it really wasn't anything. It was one video. There was like no editing, no music, not very good. Ooh, this one's interesting. Do you ever see search parties in global? How does it feel? I personally have never seen search parties, for me at least. I've seen people in global be like, oh my goodness, like I just ran into averydawnside, and people will be like, oh, where? But I've never seen people like hunting me down or anything. I think it would be really funny if that happened. I've seen them trying to search for other creators before, but not for me personally. And I think if that happened, I would just be like, oh, I can meet you guys here. Because, you know, it's fun, you know? What's your favorite video that you've made? My favorite video ever actually is Dear Jorvik. And I would do it completely differently now because that was during my smaller days, during my less advanced editing days, and I didn't even have like a good mic or anything at that time. But I adore that video just because it means so much to me, and like it was the first, I would say, sappier, like actually who I am video that I put on here, because I'm a sappy person, you guys all know that. And I look back on that and I read all the comments and the sweet things that you all said to me in it, and it, like, that video means so much to me. And so I would have to say that that's my favorite one. It was my favorite one to create. It was my first one in that style, and I just kind of ran with that style ever since, so it holds a special place in my heart. Ooh, this one says, do you ever wish you weren't in the public eye or had privacy at times? No. Well, yeah, I don't know how to answer that, because I think if I was the type of YouTuber to share my entire life with all of you and everything that was going on and all the like nitty-gritty details, I think I would want it to be a bit more private. But that's the nice thing about being a *Stable YouTuber, is I get to choose what parts of my life that I share with you guys and what parts that I don't. And I've chosen to share a pretty good amount, but not everything. There is a lot that goes on behind the scenes, behind the screen. Like, there is a lot that goes on in my personal life that I just choose not to share with YouTube because I want this to be a happy, positive outlet for you guys as well as myself. So sometimes I think as I grow, I'm sure that there will be moments where I'm like, wow, like I'm just really not feeling it this week. Like I'm going to take a step back, and it's good that I can do that because I don't have to share all of the nitty gritty with you guys. But right now, no, I don't feel like that at all. I love running into you all, and it means so much to me and it warms my heart. So not currently. Ooh, this one's a really interesting one. I've never had this asked before. Do you have an alt account where you do normal stuff? Also, do you make deals with Star Stable? So no, I do not have, like I do have an alt account. I actually started training it up finally. Like I've had an alt account for a while. I just like never used it for anything. It's not Star Rider or anything, but when the like 1 week Star Rider or 2 week Star Rider codes come out, I will redeem them on that account and train it up a lot just in case anything were to happen to my main account. But I'm pretty sure it's only level 13, like not even level 13. I think it's like level 10 and doesn't have like anything on it, like hardly any star coins, only from the redeem codes during holidays. So this is my main account. This is the only account that I use currently, and I hope it stays that way forever. And do I make deals with Star Stable? I do not. I have never been in contact with Star Stable. I mean, other than support, but I've never made a deal with Star Stable yet. I hope to in the future. I hope to actually be more involved in, you know, like gaming content and stuff like that. I think it would be an absolute dream to get to work with Star Stable in any ways possible. So I think that would be cool in the future, but right now I haven't. Does YouTube make you do certain things or keep certain information or make you do stuff? No, they don't. I would say the only like information, honestly, YouTube doesn't need any type of information until you start joining the partner program, which is where you get paid. So then they do need like your bank account information and all that obviously to pay you, but YouTube doesn't really like correlate with the creators. Like I do get my monthly creator newsletter, which just summarizes like how my channel did that month and stuff like that, but other than that, it's a really individual job and YouTube's not really a part of it, even though this is a platform that I'm on. Ooh, this one's kind of juicy. Do you ever feel awkward on the game, like you can't do anything because of people are always watching and judging you? Has it ruined some of the game for you? No, because there's nothing that I would do that I wouldn't be okay with you guys watching me do. I would say the only thing, if you really wanted me to pinpoint one thing, is sometimes it can get hard trying to like talk to fans and stuff like that when I'm in a club practice or doing something with a club event. That's the only inconvenient time, but that doesn't happen super often. And then as for the second one, has it ruined the game for me? No. Being a YouTuber, in fact, has enhanced the game for me because it gives me a reason to log on. It gives me things to do. It gives me a community to meet while I'm in the game. So yeah, I don't know if this question has already been asked, but how did you get the idea for your very first video? From Victoria Bravetree. How did I get the idea for my first video? Honestly, I think it just made the most sense to do like a riding vlog and run with it, but it wasn't like I was set on having that be my first video. It was just kind of like easy and I could make it as short as I wanted or as long as I wanted. So I just went ahead and did it. Ooh, this one's so interesting. And it is, what's your success factor? This is a great question. How would I judge my success? Again, I've never been someone to be big on the numbers, whether those numbers be subscriber count, how much money I'm making a month, like none of that. My success factor is whether I get personal enjoyment out of what I'm doing, as well as if you guys are actually enjoying the content that I'm creating. And I'm not just saying that to be like, oh, I only do YouTube because I love it, but like I really do only do YouTube because I love it. You guys have to like understand that if I didn't love this, I wouldn't do it, because it takes so much work and it's so much behind the scenes that you don't see on a screen that if you weren't in it for the love, then you wouldn't do it, because the money doesn't match up to all the work that gets put in the videos, at least in my opinion. My success factor is really weighed on whether I'm enjoying what I'm doing and whether you guys are enjoying what I'm creating, and the rest is all just perks or like additional add-ons. So my success factor is happiness. This one says, what is it like collabing with other SSO YouTubers? Do you stay in touch afterwards? This is actually so funny because it's kind of the opposite. You start to get in touch at first, at least in my experience, you start to get in touch first, and then you're like, oh hey, like we should do a collab sometime, and it just kind of happens like that. So I think it depends on the person. It depends on if you vibe well together and all those like minor details, but usually in all of the collabs that I've done, it's been a friendship before the collab, and then we usually just stay friends after that. Ooh. Okay, here's like a set of questions. How do you manage YouTube in school? I integrate YouTube into my schoolwork. I think I already kind of touched this earlier in the video, but I try to view YouTube as another class and making a video per week as my homework so that it is added to my to-do list. Any editing tips? I would say find your style. You can pick up things from other people, but make it unique to you. Try and use unique sound effects and stuff like that so that people know those sound effects as your channel and not like, oh, so-and-so uses this, which is from so-and-so's channel. Have I ever had a rude fan encounter? Yes, I have. Actually a few times, and I don't think they intentionally meant to be rude, but sometimes people can come off as demanding, especially if you aren't doing what they want in that exact moment. For example, one time I was at a club practice and I told the people that were around me like, hi, I can't chat right now, like I'm doing dressage, and they just like kept spamming me and like friending me, and then at the end they were like, fine, I'll just leave since you're ignoring me, and I had already told them that I was in the club practice. So I guess that's the only like rude thing, but I don't even measure that as rude. It's just I know that people get really excited to meet people that they want to meet, but it can come off as rude sometimes if people are overbearing when you've already given them an excuse, not an excuse, but a reason why you can't talk in that moment. Is it sometimes frustrating when people type, OMG, Avery is online in chat? No, I think it's cute. It kind of makes me feel starstruck in a way, because I'm like, a year ago, if like no one would have ever thought that, no one would have seen me like running around in game and thought, oh my goodness, like I can't believe she's online right now, like should I say hi? So now that happens, it seriously like doesn't get old. There's not a moment where I'm like, oh yeah, like I like not being noticed, like I don't want to be noticed. I feel just as special being the person to be noticed as you guys feel being the person to notice me. Like it's such a special feeling to experience that. Okay, so those were all of the questions that I'm gonna answer, because a couple of them are just like repeating questions, but we're gonna finish out this race and I'm gonna overall give a little spiel about my YouTube journey. So from all those questions, I'm getting the sense that a lot of you are wondering about hate. So just to summarize, hate, you're gonna get hate regardless of what you do, but you have to make sure that you're focusing on other things, and focusing on why you started rather than why you should stop. The second thing you guys asked a ton of questions about was money, and while money is important to some people, it should not be the sole reason why you have a YouTube channel. You should be in it for the passion, and if you're just in it for the money, I'm afraid to say that you might be disappointed, so just make sure you're doing it for the love and passion, and if not, I would suggest getting an actual job, because YouTube is not a steady source of income unless you're absolutely huge. Oh, also, I didn't mention this in the beginning of the video, but I specifically made this outfit because it's in YouTube colors, and it has a little 1 because this is my 1-year birthday on YouTube. I just thought that was cute. But this is going to be the end of this very long video. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for asking the questions, and I hope I got to all of them. If I didn't, and you have a specific question, don't hesitate to put it in the comments. I will get to it as quickly as I can. But thank you guys for sticking around and being the reasons why I'm able to answer these questions nowadays, because that's really special to me, and you've given me such a beautiful and fantastic and unique platform, and I feel eternally grateful for that every day. But As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!